Hello, this is Chase Palagi. Thank you for tuning into my channel, and today we're going to take a look at the Zero Tolerance 0450. Zero Tolerance is known for overbuilt knives, and although this one is one of their lighter options, it's no exception to their rugged reputation. I can appreciate the overbuilt qualities that is so prevalent in the bulk of the Zero Tolerance line. However, most are overkill for my everyday use. Aside from its cool appearance, the fact that it is sleeker and lightweight at 2.7 ounces but still offers the durability that ZT is known for is really what drew me to this knife. The ZT-0450 is a manual flipper designed by Dmitry Sinkevich, and for those who are not aware, Zero Tolerance is the high-end version of Corrosion, much like Lexus is to Toyota, or Spyderco is to the Bird line, to compare apples to apples. Speaking of which, this blade shape reminds me somewhat of the previously reviewed Kershaw Chill. It is just perfect for my taste due to its narrow breadth and pointier tip. Normally when you see blades with a narrow breadth, which is the dimension from the spine to the edge here, it normally results in a thin form factor while folded, and just kind of makes for a fantastic carry knife because you're not fighting with it every time you reach into your pocket for something. A great knife to me is something that never gets in your way, and you don't even really know that it's on you until you need it. And this knife falls solidly into that class. The action is absolutely first rate. The detent is so perfect that once it is overrode, it will open pretty much regardless of your form. The break on the detent is very crisp and results in one of the smoothest deployments I've ever seen on a flipper. It's very difficult to miss an opening with this knife, and I really appreciate the attention to this detail, as it is the heart and soul to the overall feeling of this knife. The perfectly set detent is just part of the equation here. It's also riding on a ring of ball bearings that is undoubtedly at least partially responsible for the blade's effortless travel. The flipper itself is jimped and adds mild to moderate traction to prevent slippage during deployment, which is yet another nice touch that is often overlooked. The blade is flat ground with a subtle drop point and yields a precise tip that I hold in such high regard. The edge out of box is very well done, and the spine sports some jimping with mild traction. The steel is an S35VN, which is similar to S30V, but just a bit tougher. That said, it is a powder metal steel, which is very nice because you can all but guarantee that your blade has an even distribution of the ingredients within. This steel offers good corrosion resistance, it takes a keen edge, and holds it better than many of the other options available in the knife industry. It's just a good, solid choice, and I've been happy with its performance across several companies and many platforms. The handle material is a carbon fiber with this rather unique pattern that I like very much. Then again, I really have an affinity for carbon fiber in general. It is light, it's strong, it looks great, and it kind of has a sporty class to it. It's very well done in this case. On the back toward the aft portion of the handle, there are two green standoffs. These give the knife just a touch of contrast that brings the character of the knife together. You may notice that the standoffs are two different shades of green. This is likely due to the difficulty of keeping precise colors from batch to batch during the anodizing process. That being said, I feel they should be mindful of keeping batches together just to keep it consistent. Yes, I realize this sounds nitpicky, but when everything else is so exceptionally done, it's just a bummer to see them drop the ball on something as easy and prosaic as color matching. The pocket clip is done very nicely. It's nice and thin, which I really like. It is moderate in depth of carry as well as the tension it provides against the pocket. It looks to be parkerized, which holds up well and looks cool when it does wear. It is set up for tip-up carry and can be switched to the other side to accommodate both right and left-hand people. The locking system is a titanium frame lock, aka the Reeves integral lock, which I have really come to like. Granted, it's probably not the very strongest locking system out there, however, it is very ergonomic, and there's just something about integrals that just kind of exude class. There's this little removable hardened steel plate that locks the knife up, and it actually doubles as a stop so you don't tweak your bar out of whack and mess your knife up when closing the blade. This is a nice touch because that is a part that could theoretically wear out. It's just nice to see that they put some forethought into the longevity of the blade. The lockup is about 50% or perhaps a hair earlier, which is perfect. As far as movement is concerned, it is incredibly tight in both vertical and horizontal fashion, which makes perfect sense considering their name. This is a very solid knife. It's just truly a mark of a great design when tolerances are this tight with an action as incredibly free and smooth as this. There are very few knives in my collection that could match this build quality here. As far as the variants are concerned, there's a couple different ones out there that they make that are just kind of similar to this one. Firstly, we have the exact model without the carbon fiber. Essentially, it's just a stainless steel version of the same knife here. Then we also have this knife, which is a scaled up version and is known as the 0452. I did play with it, and I'll admit it's an awesome knife. It's just a little too large for my EDC purposes. A knife like that would really shine for those who carry larger defensive knives, as it too sports jimping, and the underside of the flipper will help keep your hand in place, which would be my primary concern in a defensive folder. It can be had in either a satin or black coated blade on both. So what's the verdict here? This is a higher-end knife, and as such, it's going to cost you. But once you get past that, there's so much to admire about this knife. The fit and finish is spot on, the size and weight could not be better. The action is world-class, the steel is good, the scales are beautifully executed. They provided a traction in the form of spine jimping as well as a textured flipper, and the pocket clip is very nice. As far as I'm concerned, they nailed this one, and I wholeheartedly recommend this blade to anyone willing to spend this kind of money on a knife. It's a beautiful and very well made EDC user, and I'm going to go ahead and put this one in my Hall of Fame for high-end EDC knives. I like it that much. There you have it, guys. There's a quick look at the ZT0450 Carbon Fiber Edition. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave your mark down in the comment section. If you did like the video, I'd really appreciate it if you left a like, you shared it, you subscribed, all of that good stuff. Anyway, until next time, this is Chase Palagi, signing off.